We're live. That's paint.
What's up, creative faces? How y'all feel out there, YouTube world, Twitter, Facebook, Twitch? What's going on, guys? We got a interesting topic on the stream. We are streaming right now, live. So I want you guys to be interactive with me. I'll do the best I can to No. I'll do the best I can to respond to some of you guys' questions or whatever. But something cool happened. My camera moved. Someone moved the position of my camera. That's not what we're talking about. What I'm trying to do is post this link to the survey that Presonus has given me and some other people, and it's my job to share this link with you guys. So there's a link that they sent me. It's in the description of the video, and also is pinned to the chat right now. There's a survey that Presonus want everyone to fill out. Why? I'm not really sure why that is. But if I'm observing and I'm doing the analyzing here, I want to say, and that's really based on the question. There's a couple of questions in there that ask us, what do we feel like Studio One should have in order for it to be something you consider using as a full-time DAW. It be the only DAW that you use, right? And that question right there is it's really interesting to me, which only tells me that two things. Well, three things actually. The first being Fender being in the picture maybe Fender is prompting this survey, and they really want to know what the Studio One community wants to see in future updates. That's the first thing. Number two, it could be Presonus given the green light because of maybe the capital that is now in play. Because now that Fender is in the picture, I'm pretty sure that the budget is a little bit bigger, which give Presonus the ability to do a little bit more. So now it's like, oh, we can really do what we want to do now. Or it could be because they receive so much flack from the community. And I want to say is probably that. There's a lot of like when a lot of you guys found out about the update, the Studio 1.6 it's a lot of flack. I can only go about what I see on my videos. I'm seeing that there's a lot of you guys that was not impressed, and so maybe the survey. The survey is pinned right now, so if you guys want to take a moment to visit that survey, there is a section on there where it asks you what you want to see in the future updates for Studio One, which is kind of cool in a way. You know what I mean? If you think about it, it's kind of cool that they allowing that to happen, which means that they're listening. They're definitely listening to us, and that's very important. And I think it's dope that they're doing that. But of course, I don't have much intel on what is exactly happening in terms of like where this came from, why now. I don't think I've ever recalled any other surveys like this that like come straight and direct. Now, Presonus has a site. Well, on their site, there is a section specific to feature requests, but this is a survey that they put together and it went out, and they asked me to share it with everybody, and so I want the community to visit this link. I'm trying to post it as many places as I can. I told my Discord family about it first, and so like I say, it's in the description of the video, and I also pinned it in the chat. So if you guys take a moment and just fill that survey out, it's kind of like a plea for help, guys. They're really trying to get a handle on everything. I don't know if they hired new people because Presonus is a small company and it may not be enough manpower, or maybe particularly people with the experience in doing things a certain way where they want to take it. Maybe there's a new addition to the team. So now they're taking advantage of this and say, so bet. So now we in the place where we can really do what we want, and or just paying attention to like some of the things that's happening. There's a lot of YouTube videos on this subject, on this matter, and they're listening to the people. But you know what? It's only so many of us that's talking about Studio One, that use Studio One, that are like public influencers. So they want to know from you guys that don't necessarily have a YouTube channel or an outlet, so to speak. You know, they want to see what's really going on. So I made notes. I copied what I said, in minds. I'm just thinking like I don't know if I should share what I wrote down because I don't want anybody being influenced. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to influence anybody to say some of the things that I've said. I mean, if you say the same thing I said, then that's fine because that's coming from your workflow. But being that I am a very transparent YouTuber, content creator, I think I might do that anyway. But actually, to be honest with you guys, it's the only things I've been talking about. Like, you guys already know these things already. So it's like, it ain't nothing new. I always felt this way. So man, bro, I lit that survey up, bro. Like, I put a novel in there, man. I'm not going to really show you. I'm just going to just say a few things that I said. But I think the first time I tried to submit that joint, it didn't go through. It didn't want to go through because I don't know why, but man, this is about what 4,000 something words or so, I think. Anyway, what's good, Elliot? What's up? Roger is in the building. J Beats is here. 803. What's up? Yeah. So I'll share some of the things that I've written in my survey to them. Things that we've already talked about several times on these videos, like my complaints, my vents, my like just tripping out. Like, you guys watch me go live all the time working inside of Studio One, and I always stress opinions. One of them being the crash. Studio One likes to crash because of, I guess, the CPU load, and it's usually caused by third party plugins, but not always. Studio One own native plugins also crash Studio One. I've been in a situation where I had like maybe 3 tracks and threw a EQ on there and didn't even get to any instruments or third party anything. The Pro EQ crashed Studio One. I can't verify that. I don't have a video of that. It was just offline or whatever, but it happened before. And you know, you can believe it or not, but that's what happened. But you guys know Studio One has a crash problem because you see it happen live on the stream. So what I was trying to do, and I'm making this video as well to like make you guys aware of what's going on, but also bring a different perspective, in a video format for Presonus or Fender, because I know that they're watching us. So what I'm saying is we could particularly have this could be a moment where we have a great DAW. Like, Studio One is already dope. Don't get me wrong. Studio One is already dope. And I'm saying that because it really depends on who you are and where you're coming from, your background. What do you use Studio One for? There's a lot of people who love Studio One, have no issues. Everything is great for them. People love Studio One so much where they're still in 3.0 and rocking it hard. Don't feel like I don't need to update to 4 because I'm happy where I am in 3.5. I'm good. That's cool. I like that. I mean, ain't nothing wrong with that. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? That's always the concept. Cool. Then you got the ones that are like tech savvy and they want to take advantage of all of the new features, like me. Cool. We got those type of people as well. And so regardless of who you are, like I say, it depends on what you're doing in Studio One. You may not feel like any of the upgrades or the upgrades that they've presented to us was like perfect. Like, man, these are I love it. These are magnificent. It's worth it. But then there's a lot of other people who feel the opposite, particularly beat makers, right? This is what this channel is focused on. Is focused around beat makers. There wasn't really a significant update for beat makers. I'm a mix engineer. I do sound design. I do video production. So when I updated Studio One to 6.0, I was cool. I like the GUI. I like the design. I think that everything that they've done so far is heading in the right direction. I love what they're doing. We had a rant about we don't know if they're going to kill Studio One or if they're going to disappoint us or whatever. So now we're here. I must say, not bad, Presonus. Not bad. Not bad at all. It's cool. But we ain't there yet. We ain't there all the way yet. The lyric track, great. It's a welcome feature. It works. If you're an artist and you write, it's pretty dope. If you're a mix engineer like I am, to help you find things easier, because I do relate to how the lyric track they made a video on it and like how it could be used. I do relate to that because I've been in sessions where it's like, can you go to the second verse and the part where I say let's go, can we blah 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 blah, and I'm like, where the heck is that? And I'm trying to, and I have to play the track in different places to find those words that, oh, okay, right here. Versus if it was like typed in, I could just go straight there or do a search, go straight there. So, I mean, it's dope. I haven't gotten around to it yet, but it's a dope feature. It's cool. Do I need it? No. I've been working in music and I have a certain way I've been doing things for so long. So I figured out ways to get around or whatever, blah, 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 whatever. I don't mind playing the track out and then, oh, okay, this is where you say, let's go. Cool. Anyway, so that's what we've always experienced is the crash, right? The update is the lyrics things, that's cool. I'm going back and forth, guys. Please forgive me. I'm got a million things going on in my head, like make up your mind, Ella. What are you talking about? Okay, we're talking about the updates, right? Okay. We're talking about the updates. So what else can I remember? Oh, the Pro EQ is now a dynamic EQ. Yeah, great. That's a welcome feature. That was a feature that should have been in Studio One from the get go. The de-esser. Bravo. We finally got a de-esser, right? Like that should have been in there. It's a lot of features that I felt like were like catch up. Well, we're catching up with the things that we should have done a long time ago. That should have already been in here. What else? The vocoder. Bravo. Now we have something more than just my type, presence, impact, sample one, which is the sampler. Mojado. Now the vocoder. Yeah. Okay. And then like the other filter deal, the auto filter, that's what it is. That's great. Okay. I'm trying to be careful what I say because I don't want to influence anybody to say anything. But I'm just gonna say, I'm gonna reiterate stuff I've already said. The browser. When we gonna get a brand new? When we gonna get an update, yo? Like the browser. What's up with the browser? We need that browser updated. That browser is so it's a browser and it works because it's built in Studio One and it works like it's supposed to, like a browser. You type in something, great, you find something, but if the browser was designed in a way like Bitwig's browser, where everything is categorized by VSTs. Like you got your VST2, VST3, then you got your AU units. You know what I'm saying? So like if I type something like tape stop, right? Bitwig will say, hey, this you have two plugins, two VST2 plugins under that name. You got three under VST 3.0. Like it's labeled like that. Like there's a section on there where it is basically labeled by VST and or like the different categories where you got like, so say like you looking for an instrument, you have like, I think it might be listed by moods. No, it's not. It's listed by like style or characteristics or something like that. I'll have to look at it again. But basically in Bitwig, the browser is dope. And I was able to find stuff real easy. Pretty much. You got stuff that's broken down by synths, broken down by bass, broken down by piano, broken down by strings and stuff like that, right? And in Bitwig, when I type stuff like sometimes I type stuff by genre. Like you just throw stuff at the browser and see what pops up. It is more helpful, like the tag system and the way everything is structured. Like Bitwig's browser is like one of the best browsers ever, bro. In Studio One, our browser here, like they have a tagging system, but it's like what it doesn't recognize. Like if I type in piano, like there might be presence, but like, dude, I got a bunch of third party plugins. It sometimes may not recognize everything, but I digress. We just need a better browser. I think that would be dope. Let me save this work before I close out of it. Probably be a good moment to mention that I do appreciate thumbs up on the video. All right, let me get out of that. Yeah, we talking about things that we already talk about all the time. The sampler. We always talk about the sampler. Like we needed a updated sampler. Like forever. When we gonna get an updated sampler? We need a advanced sampler. The sampler that's in here right now is so basic. We already talked about this, guys. We already talked about it. We talk about this all the time. All the time. I feel like the sampler should be something that we have access to, maybe 2-in-1, maybe like the simpler in Ableton, or better yet, I like Logic Pro sampler a whole lot. I do. Take note of Logic Pro sampler. If we have to take note of something, Logic Pro sampler, I feel like does it the best when it comes to the DAW. And that's just my opinion. Due to my limited resources, like the best to me, I guess. The stuff that I have, I feel like Logic Pro sampler emulates Ableton's simpler, like when you need to convert, like for instance, like you can put an entire kit. But nowadays in the urban community, like most kits now comes with 808s in the pads. One of the pads it's like an 808 kick. Well, what are we doing now with these kicks? we are usually turning these kicks into a melodic bass line where we would like to play notes. So that's how most of the kits are coming. They're coming preloaded in this situation. Machine does it. Machine, when you click a pad, you are allowed to just click the keyboard button and then it just expand and allows you to punch in notes all on the same pad. You don't have to take the 808 out into the sampler, another situation to play the notes. But that's what we got to do now in Studio One. If you want to play a 808 line or anything, any one shot for that matter, if you want to, mess with the pitches and whatever in a musical way, like using the keyboard, you have to pull that out, put it in sample one, and then use it as an instrument like that. If there was a way to convert both of those or somehow, that would be dope. Like call it Impact Advanced. I don't know, Impact XT. Wait, is it already? It's already an Impact XT, right? I think. I don't know. I don't even have Studio One loaded up right now. I got something totally different up on my screen. So I'm just I'm just talking away right now. Ron, what's up? What's up? Yasha was in the building. Blaze FM is here. Who else? Who else is here? I don't want to miss anyone. But yeah, guys, the survey is in the description. It's also pinned. You know what I'm saying? The sample one in Impact XT should be a real extension of creative tools like advanced dress up and tweak the sample within the instrument. I agree. And Ron, you're not late. We just getting started. Oh, this is Efuit. What's up? They need to make it so Studio One can remember the note length and position like FL and Logic. The note length and position. I'll need to see that. I don't know. When you say FL and Logic, I definitely don't know what that is because I'm not in those programs. So I don't know where you coming from with that. But yeah. Presonus, if you watching, that's definitely but hopefully you guys are taking the survey. The link to the survey is in the description. It's also pinned to the chat right now. There's a survey, guys, where Presonus is specifically asking for you to say they want to know what is it that we can do that will captivate your attention, and your ultimate goal is to say that Studio One is the only one for me. It is the best dog ever in my life, and I'll forever be loyal to Studio One because they are the best. They do everything that I need. They crush all dogs in the game. That's what they want you to say, or at least that's what they want you to feel. Because they specifically said, like one of the questions is, it says important. It is the most important, bro. How many? I ain't making this stuff up. Y'all got to click the link. It say most important question. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's 12 questions on here, but this one is the most important. They say, what is or are the most crucial improvements or new features that you feel that you feel are needed for Studio One to truly be your primary audio MIDI software environment above all other dolls in the marketplace? Come on, let's talk about it. Let's paint about that. Let's paint about that, guys. Must I need to repeat that question? That's the highlight of this video. That one question. That one specific question is listed here. And then it got asterisk stars next to it. Just so you'll know. Like, look, this is the most important question. Like, answer the other ones, but this is the one we are paying attention to. You know what that tells me? They want to know what it is from the community, the music making, the beat making community, or I mean, you could be anybody. I mean, if you're a mix engineer and you feel like there's something here that you need, then by all means. But for the beat making community specifically, I know that this is where most of the disappointment comes from when it came down to the update of Studio One 6. I feel like this is aimed towards us. You know what I'm saying? Let's say what are the most crucial improvements. I'm reading it again for you guys. Are new features that you feel are needed for Studio One to truly be your primary audio MIDI software environment above all other dolls in marketplace. Bro, bruh, what we got to do to make you put down FL Studio? What is it that we need to do to make you finally put Pro Tools away and tuck it away? What we got to do to make you spend money with us and not another, god dang it, monthly subscription on Pro Tools? What is it that we need to do to pull you away from Cubase, Reason, Logic, or Ableton Live? What is it? What is it we need to do? It's right there. Y'all got to go to the link I posted. They want to know. They want to know. And if I can, I don't know. I don't want to go too deep into that. You know, I'm gonna go there. I feel a little arrogance. Let us know the secrets. Let us know what y'all thinking so we can crush the other dog that you use. That's where all of this is going. We are ready to finally crush the other companies. We ready. We ready. We got what we need. We rocking with Fender. We ready to go. We want to crush it. That's what it is right now, guys. That's what it is. So fill out the survey. And let them know what y'all thinking, what because they listening. They listening. They want to know. They want to know. How would they know? They won't know. They will know. They want to know, guys. This is some very exciting stuff right now because ultimately this just lets me know that they are wanting to improve, make things better. But this also raised the question, how much money are they gonna charge us to implement all of this? You know what I'm saying? I'm just thinking like reading between the lines, how what do we got to do to make you leave your current dog that you keep going? You see, you doing all this back and forth. We don't like that. All this back and forth because that might solve the issue of your dog crashing. You got too many dogs on your system. It's probably what they trying to say. You got too many dogs on your system. That's the first thing. You can't have Bitwig on your system too, bro. Like it's either Studio One or Studio None. You feel me? You can't have them both. You can't have your cake and eat it too, and then drink it down with some coffee. You can't. You just can't do that. You're not. No, that's not that's not what we intended. that's 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 where I feel like this is going. That's where I feel like. I appreciate you guys for joining. If you guys are here, please consider subscribing. It's just a little button here at the bottom. Just hit the subscribe button. Subscribe to the channel because we have topics, hot topics like this all the time. I would love that you hit the thumbs up on the video as well. That definitely helps. We just chit and chat a little bit about the survey, and we creating content around it because there's definitely a lot of information in this survey that I can pull out. You know, while y'all filling out the survey, we talking about it. Put your name in there. Yeah. Put your name in there, your email address. Put your age. Put your age in there. How old are you? They need to know how old you are talking like this. How old is you? They collecting data, guys. It's very important. What type of music you do? What's your primary music? Are you the ones that doing some Americana music? You doing that country stuff over there? We need to know how this. Why would you want this type of feature? What type of music you do? Gary Smith is in the building. What up? Touch Tone is in the building. What's up, bro? Southern Imperial is in the building. I need to get these comments blown up bigger than they are. It's so small. We talking about it, guys. We talking about it. We talking about what's going on. The survey. We reading between the lines right now. We trying to figure this thing out. In the meantime, y'all go ahead and fill that survey out. Y'all let personas know what y'all think. What's on your mind? You know, they're like, look, y'all need to stop talking crap and just tell us what you think. They want to change your mind because maybe they feel like they did drop the ball. You know what I mean? A little bit. A little bit. So then they need to know. Or maybe they ran out of ideas. But it's a forum full of feature requests. See, here's the problem. Here's my thoughts. Here's my thoughts on that. For many years, I want to say I interpreted it as them cracking down on me about how to fill out the forms and stuff like that. And it's like everybody don't know that, but it is what it is. Y'all remember that time where we was like looking for DAW integration with the native instrument, complete control and machine, right? Remember we was crying about that when they came out with those keyboards and Studio One was like one of the few. It's like they just so different. Like really, these keyboards can work with all DAWs, but y'all the only ones that just didn't want to cooperate, or native instruments not cooperating. I don't know. They told it's like, nah, bro, it ain't us. We got everything that they need. We waiting on the native. Look, we cried about it. We made a video about it, and I had y'all to go to a specific forum link to vote up on that vote, and they finally gave it to us. And I think that was 5.3. I think, yeah, 5.2 or 5.3, one of those. So they gave us they gave us DAW integration, and but there were like so many other entries that said something similar to that. So basically, if you guys go to the forum website, there isn't a way to know that someone asked the same question as you. Now I've been doing surveys. I've filled out surveys that actually say, hey, before you hit the submit button, these other 5 submissions sound like the same thing you trying to post. So maybe you should visit one of these and just vote that up. They don't have a system set up like that. So people go on in the forum section and they will post their feature requests. And so there'll be like 10 of the same thing. Y'all saying the same thing. But because there's not that many votes on just one, they pass it. So I feel like they have a threshold. We're only looking at votes they've gotten like 300 votes and up. Probably. I don't know. Maybe more. 900 votes. 900 votes on this. Okay. So this is definitely something we have to implement because there's like this many people who want this specific feature. And then I guess they'll go down. Like, I guess I'm sure they have a system as to how they go about the next best feature that they will implement. The problem is if y'all posting so many of the same thing, 1 vote, 2 vote, 3 vote, 5 vote, back down to 3 vote. There is a bunch of the same thing in there, and I'm not really sure if they're tallying that up. And I don't know. So now there's a survey. We're filling out a survey now, guys, because it's a different take. It's a different perspective. And it's also a great way for them to get a full synopsis on the type of person that's requesting for the specific feature. It's like this guy, okay, he got the EDM box checked off. Okay, and then they go, oh, okay. So now they put in perspective. I see why this guy will want this because this is what he's into. Blah 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 blah. So it just makes perfect sense. This guy right here, he's in his 50s. It makes sense why he won't want the sampler. He's old school. He wants that old sampler feel. So he wants to go back to that. You know what I'm saying? It's interesting how I'm pulling content out of this. This is crazy. It's just coming to me. Ah man, the conversation is getting deep on it in the chat. Touchstone say there are certain people. There are certain people that don't get they don't get our culture, which is the urban culture. That's what I've been saying. That's what I've been saying on this channel anyway. Like I felt like if the urban culture was embraced more, then Studio One would be in a different light right now. But it's not in that light because it's always promoted when there's videos done, especially from the Presonus page. You have people like Gregor, which covers all of the techno stuff. Who is techno for? all the way out there in Germany. Them Germans love techno, right? I think that's they think. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's a US thing too. I ain't gonna say that, but techno is like high energy rage type music at times. And when there's tech music involved, there's some substances that are partaking in such events, and other things transpire. Techno is what does that to you. Techno gets you in a trance, yo. Like techno is, you know, it's on that level. High energy stuff, right? Then you got Joe Gilder over there he's covering some acoustic stuff, playing the guitar, mixing bands, great. So so okay, that's great. Well, who's gonna cover pop music? Who's gonna cover R&B? Who's gonna cover hip hop? And how could we use these tools and different things like that? I've learned a lot from Gregor. Gregor is one of my homies, and I haven't met him yet. One day I'll meet him. Like, what's up, bro? How you feel? I feel like I know you. I watch all your videos. Yeah, I've learned some really cool things watching him, on the Presonus page. Joe Gilder is another one. I've learned a lot from him. You know what I mean? Really cool people. But there is wide open. The table is wide open. Like the space, the vibe, the frequency is wide open. It's like, hey, it's like a big hole in the universe right now with Presonus. Who is filling in the gap when it comes to urban? The missing genres. You know what I'm saying? The missing gems, the missing genres. That we need a new face. We need not necessarily a new face, but we need an additional face. We need somebody who's going to cover the urban content. We want to see Presonus upload videos of somebody doing hip hop, yo. We want to see hip hop on your page. So it just kind of makes us think like, what do y'all have against the urban community? What do y'all have against hip hop? Is it too much for you? Like, is it too loud? Is it too much energy on that end? Like, what? Why can't we? And it has to be somebody that's dope too, like a dope hip hop producer covering video content on the Presonus page. I'm sorry, I don't want to sound prejudiced or racist or anything like that, but it cannot be the church choir leader, choir director creating this content either. It's got to be somebody for the culture that lives and you know what I'm saying, that does it because that's who they are. They grew up in it. That's what they produce. It's got to be from authentic, because that's what Gregor is. Gregor actually does techno music. That's what he do. When the cameras are off, Gregor is a techno producer. Gregor is not on there doing hip hop. I mean, I'm not saying he never did it before, but his passion lies in a certain style of music, which is why he's so good at what he does. And when he gets on film, he's showing us these techniques coming from his background, which are pretty good techniques. Because like I told you, I learned so much from him. Then you have Joe Gilder on there. He didn't even know that we were using red light, bruh, as an effect on vocals. He didn't even know. He said it himself. Like, I reach for red light distortion plugin all the time, but that's not something he does. So, you know what I mean? Man, I'm just ranting, boy. We need better sense. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Better sense. Survey done by Gary. All right, that's what's up. I know it's good. Joe does rock. There you go. Rock music. What I say? Alternative. I said acoustic. Same thing. But yeah, Joe Gilder does rock music. Is that the picture we painting, guys? When we got like everybody that owns Studio One is probably subscribed to the channel. You know, we need more people. Sticks was up. They never have any urban beat makers in their videos. That's my point. So it's not only me that's saying it. That's my whole point. Yeah, touch tone. I feel you, bro. I feel I feel I feel exactly where you're coming from. And me and Touch Tone, we talk offline. Me and Touch Tone, we have a special connection. We, you know what I'm saying? That's the bros. One of the bros. It's one of the homies. You know what I'm saying? And we have me and Touch Tone have these talks all the time. Um, and like what Touch Tone is where he's coming from, it goes a long way. You know what I'm saying? Like we're talking about personas, but it's like it's kind of like where we at in life too. Like if somebody ain't with you, if they not rocking with you, if somebody don't like you for who you are, then why stick around and try to make or try to impress somebody who don't see you in the first place. So what do? You just move on to the next big thing or to the next thing, period. You don't stick around. I'm not sticking around here. What for? So it's the reason why I started using Ableton or Big Wig. You know what I'm saying? Because of that purpose. Because, I've reached out to Presonus a few times in the past about several things. And, you know, I've gotten a silent treatment. I've was if there was a response, it was usually like, yeah, our rosters is filled right now. We're not looking for any more artists. Um, you know, I'm like, okay, all right. So I'm on here. I'm build a channel around this stuff. You know what I mean? And I'm not looking for handouts. That's definitely not where I'm coming from. But I do have a great impact and influence on the Studio One community. In terms of the hip hop. I mean, or the urban stuff. I would say. And I'm not. That's not coming from me. That's coming from y'all. Like I've seen the power. Like there's so many of you guys watching right now that have strong opinions about Studio One, bro. Like to the point where like there are some diehard Studio One users on here. When I was using Ableton, like I'll do some streams using Bitwig or whatever, and they like, bro, I'm watching your channel because you're a dope producer, and I know how to take what you're doing and translate that but I'm staying in Studio One. I don't care what happens. And when we were like talking about us being afraid where Fender might take Presonus, you know what I mean? This was before they dropped Studio One 6. There were a few, it was a nice handful of you guys that were like, well, I get it. I get where y'all coming from, but I'm not moving. If they don't do nothing too bad to Studio One, I'm sticking with Studio One. A lot of y'all said that. So I have some diehard Studio One fans on here that would just use Studio One until they like Fender like just destroy it completely. Like some of y'all is not moving at all. You know what I'm saying? So it's obviously a strong community here. You know, I was just asking for a little bitty seat at the table, but I'm rocking with Touch Tone on this or whatever. But at the same time, I'm thinking like they sent this survey. Maybe, but but yeah, I I'm keeping it transparent, I'm keeping it real with you guys. Um, I it's funny because like when the cameras turned off, I'm going back to Bitweek to finish up on this song I started like a couple days ago. Like I gotta go where the workflow is, the creativity is. You know what I'm saying? Now I've done some stuff inside of Studio One, like the six. I've completed some stuff. Now it's to the point where it's like it depends on what I'm doing. You know, it used to be like, well, anything that comes my way, I know I'm going to the same place. It was a Christmas tune. Maybe I can pull it up. I don't know. I'm gonna load up Studio One, and I just hope that it loads because last time it took a while. I don't know what the issue was, but I'm gonna tell you what I did. So I took this a video. I can't show you the video. I can show you the music because it's my music. But it was for a commercial. It's like a little Christmas commercial. I came up with the music and I did it in Studio One because it made sense to do the work in Studio One because of the video support and the way I'm able to route the contact plugins, the instrumentation, because I love how Studio One is set up in terms of that. Like it just makes it easy to route stuff. So I did the work in Studio One, but we're about to see. We're about to see. So I'm loading up Studio One right now. I'm just for fun, just show y'all what I came up with. Oh man. Oh, okay. Hold on. Why ain't nobody tell me I needed my hard drive to connect before I load this thing up? Why y'all ain't tell me? Gosh, y'all just y'all so mean, man. Nobody told me I needed a hard drive, bro. What is going on around here? All right, I'm gonna try now. I'm going to try now. Two Nickels is here. It said I make really nice hip hop content. Oh, I appreciate that. I appreciate the compliment. That's funny. I like what you said, Blaze. It's like the trap material that. See, that's the thing, man. That's the thing. You said the trap music that they present sounds like stock music before 2004, a live commercial. NBA live commercial. Yeah, touch tone. They know who they know who I. Matter of fact, bro, they know who you are too, bro. I'm just saying. They know they know they know. See, this is what I was afraid of. I was, this file. Oof. Ron, you finishing up your book? I'm telling you, man. So I'm just thinking. I'm just thinking. I'm yeah, I'm thinking. All right, the project finally loads up. So I'm gonna show y'all. I'm gonna show y'all what's going on. All right, I'm gonna show y'all. Show y'all. Paper chasers in the building. How do I feel about the toolbox? The toolbox is cool. I had the toolbox for a while now. Um, I guess now they are starting to promote it, but whatever. It was on sale one time, and I just went ahead and bought it. Like I got it for like $20. But the toolbox is cool because it's like it's not a part of Sphere. You know what I mean? Or maybe it is. Maybe they made it a part of Sphere. I don't. I don't remember. I paid for it though. I think it's cool. It's like I got to look at it more because it seemed. Man, I was watching that video. I was like, man, that's just some stuff I ain't seen before. Like I was looking at like how they customized the macros in there, and I've done that before, like try to customize, but then one time I update, then some stuff just went crazy. I'm trying to figure out why my screen ain't showing. Oh, I think I know why. I know exactly why. Gosh, hang on, mistletoe. Y'all give me a second. I gotta find that cable. I gotta find that cable. Kind of didn't plan on showing my screen, but I guess I could show y'all my screen. But I gotta find the cable. Y'all talk amongst yourselves while I figure this out. I think I got it figured out. So I'm gonna let y'all listen to it here in a sec. But let me explain why I usually use Studio One. You see, this right here, this contact instance is like 16 is filled to capacity. There's 16 instances of contact in here. 16 instances. Now I'm man, what's up with the spin? What's up with that? Okay. So yeah, 16 instances of contact in here. And this is like a little Christmas this Christmas deal. Um I will just get rid of this track. So hopefully all of the instruments will work. Make sure my output is good. Okay, that looks right. All right, let's see. Yeah, sorry guys. Like I said, was not planning on going this route, but we are here. So this is a little Christmas deal, and it's one of those. Like I say, it was one of those reasons why I use Studio One because of stuff like this, like just some of the tools that I'm able to use or do the workflow. It just makes it easier to do this type of work in Studio One. Let me first of all make sure that my audio is coming out. Hang on. Okay. Yeah, so that is what I came up with for this little commercial deal for this client that I was working with. I sent that off last week. They loved it, and there's like a couple of notes that got off key. I mean, timing. I'm listening to it. I promise you that ain't what I sent. Somehow I think I must have moved something like because I was showing it to somebody else one time, and I probably just mistakenly moved something. But that's that's what I came up with, and just the way that things are routed inside of here is like if I try to do that in Ableton, I've already tried. It is like a headache, man. When you're using Contact, you got to use like external instrument, and so like when Studio One, so it just really boils down to workflow. That's just really where it come to. What are you using? What instruments are you using? And so that will help you. And that's the reason why it's kind of hard for me to move away completely from Studio One because I do enjoy the fact that I can throw in Contact. Boom. I don't have to choose how many multiple timbral instruments I need in order for it to load up. I can just add on until I fill the thing up and then push out a routing situation if I need to process any of those instruments in there separately. And then I'm done. Trying to do that in Ableton, it's a little bit more complicated to do that. Now, for those of you guys that are just doing trap music or EDM music or pop, whatever you're doing, and you're not really using Contact, then Ableton is the beast. It's a beast for that type of stuff. And I'm not saying that you can't do what with Contact because I can. I mean, I can, but it's a little bit more work though. Which I actually created myself a template. So every time I go inside of Ableton Live, I can see that routing like it's done for me about one time, and I don't have to do it worried about it anymore. But still, you know, when I bounce down, like if I need to bounce down like each of these strings right quick, like for instance, like if I show you like the pizzicatos. If I need to bounce that down real quick to audio, I can. It'll bounce in place, no problem. Now inside of Ableton, you actually have to solo you have to come back to where the actual the instrument is, solo that track and make and then then you could bounce it up, but you have to like move this MIDI information to the main instrument. Like it's weird like that. Unless they made an update or whatever, but that's just kind of how I do that. I have to actually physically move this instrument out or solo it, or better yet, record it to a new track. That's what I was doing. But still, I had to solo this, record it to a new track, and then that was kind of the better way to like do that. But that's only if you working in Contact. And here it's just like I say, it's just really the matter of just loading up Contact. You come here at the top and you just open up one of these channels and boom, it's done. Of course, you have to route it. You have to route it down here somewhere. Like if you go here to the gosh, where is it? It's right here. You got to go to outputs first, and then route it to one of those. Then you should be good to go. But yeah, that was the vibe. That's one of those things. So if I'm just doing like something simple, whatever, then yeah, I'll go to Ableton or Bitwig and do my thing there. But when I'm using Contact, it's usually when I'm doing like really crazy stuff, I've been doing this stuff for so long where I know where I'm going. So I was like, oh, okay, then I probably need to go to Studio One to do this because you know I use MPC Studio most of the time if I'm not in S1. Oh, what dog? Okay, Gary, you're asking me what my recommendation on. No, I think y'all like misinterpreting what I'm saying here. If you guys are in Studio One, don't worry about it. You good. You good. Don't worry about it. I think this whole video is just about the survey that they're pushing. You know what I mean? I want you guys to fill that survey out. You know what I mean? If Studio One is working for you, then that's great. Like, don't do not make a big deal out of a workflow that already works for you. If it works for you, it works for you. Me on the other end, I'm in a different place. My whole thing has just been really about creativity inside of Studio One. That's been my main complaint, and that's I come from a different place than some of you guys, and I try to make it. I try to explain it in the best way possible, like what where my frustrations are. Like I feel like there needed to be more modular, you know, modulation devices and stuff like that. Uh, Plugins or even the note effect. I've been crying about that for a long time. So updating the note effects to do more creatively, update the arpeggiation, stuff like that. You know what I mean? So Studio One is good. It's good. It's good. It's good. It's good. Too many people still use FL Studio. I mean, it's cool. I have nothing against. Obviously, if they're if FL Studio want, I'm sorry, if FL Studio is captivating a lot of people, then that's where you need to be. If you are at FL Studio one, why I keep saying that? If you are a FL Studio user, then stay where you are comfortable. That's it. Obviously, it's good for a reason. Is where people are going, but that's the thing, guys. The the community over there for the urban people is more stronger. Is more stronger for urban than it is in Studio One. Studio One has no urban community. It's just a few of us. I would like to see more of us, and I feel like if there's more of a urban representation over here on Studio One, then there will be more features in Studio One, and then it'll be more like they have a better grasp and better handle on what we need and want because there's a lot of urban people using their platform, and stronger voices will say stuff. I'm saying stuff right now, but this is just me, and probably a few more people saying it, that same thing, which is what flipped the switch was when they emailed that survey, the link to the survey, So it's like, oh, okay, so maybe they is trying to change things up. So DJ Big is in the building. My go-to is Studio One for mixing, and I end up in some cases mastering songs in Pro Tools. Huh? That's interesting. Oscar slaps in the building. What up? Appreciate the fire emoji. I'll play the song again for you guys. I wish I could show y'all the video, but oh man, I had fun doing this joint. It was kind of cool, and it got the video tracking here and everything. You know what I'm saying? That was fun. So I do dig the video track that they put in here or enhanced. You know what I'm saying? I that was kind of cool. There's still no true way of scrubbing yet. Like maybe there is, but I don't know. I just have to click. And I have the video printed out here on another screen. But so I can see where I am. But I mean that's about it though. Yeah, so appreciate that L3. So my goal was to actually come in and tighten things up, whatever, and release it. Um, this was something I did real quick, and just like embed this under the voice, so you can't really hear much, because it's sitting right under the voice. But I would like to release this at some point, as a little jingle. You know, I think it'd be cool. I think some people would dig it. Yeah. So for those of you that are just tuning in, there is a link to the survey, which is pinned right now in comment the comment section, and it is also in the description of this video, where you guys can just click the link and fill it out and just see where things take you. And that's about all I can say. I hope that I was a great representation of the whole music production experience, even from the point where my computer wasn't displaying on the screen and I had to get up and connect stuff, because I did not plan on doing that, but we got it. We got it in. We got it. We got it in. What else have I been doing? Hmm. Trying to see what this one is right quick. That would be a great segue to talk about Complete 14, because I use Complete 14, like, yeah, like that stuff is amazing, especially when you doing stuff like that. So like when people ask me like, so what style of music do you do? It's really kind of hard to say, because I can do, just give me a few days, I can knock it out. Oh, I guess I could show y'all this song. Um, I can show y'all this one. This one is still loading. Actually, I don't remember what this one is. Let's see what this one is. Oh, I did this on one of the streams. Okay. I gotta finish that. I like it. But it's sounding kind of crazy right now. Anyway, I'll show y'all this one. Uh, I'll show y'all this one. I will mute the vocals in this one. Uh-oh. One of my contact instruments cannot be reached. What? What is that? What is going on? Oh, yeah. I guess it was gonna always do that. I've been having that issue. Gotta fix it. Seems like I've been doing a lot of Christmas stuff lately. So this is as soon as it loads completely. Okay, the voice is muted. Okay. I gotta fix that one. I wish I could show you the vocals, but I can't show you the vocals. That's one thing I can't show you. Next, the Best Man movie, Best Man 2. He said with the keychain. Yeah. Um so that project right there was one of the ones I had 4 days to do that one. And um the goal on that particular project was to um fit the lyrics, the vibe that was presented to me, and that's what I came up with. Um, it was to have that R&B '90s vibe with that '90s R&B meets modern 2022, like with some of the trap stuff. You know, the hi hats and snare selection, the kick. You know, all that stuff comes from a trap kit, and but with the um, retro vibe, whatever, and the sleigh bells there that indicated that this is a Christmas song or Christmas love song, and I got the tubular bells in there at hitting different accents at different points. Um, the goal was to also keep the music simple as possible because there was a bunch of harmony, and it's like Chris Brown. Just imagine Chris Brown on a beat like this, because believe it or not, the artist on this joint sounds just like him, or it has some of the same capabilities in terms of like harmony and um um I forgot what I was gonna say, but yeah. So like what he's doing, he feels the track up. The stuff he's doing, it's like it just brings the track to life. Um, but of course, I couldn't show y'all the vocals because I don't have permission to show y'all those. But I did the beat. That's my music. So yeah. There's a lot of stuff like that I don't show on the streams because of like copyright issues, and you know, my work is tied, you know, because I do be, so this is like this new artist I picked up is just recently that I'm working with, and I can't show y'all that stuff because it's not released, you know what I'm saying? when I get to a point where I can, I definitely will show y'all. I'll probably wait till I'm like 5 hours in the stream to show that because I know a lot of people won't hear it yet. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like one of those perks that happens later on in the stream. For those for a treat for those who stick around. But yeah, um, like doing stuff like that is it's kind of easy. Like it wasn't really that much of a challenge. It was just came up with the chords and it fit. Yeah. So right now, supposedly they're recording to the song, and then the whole spiel had to bounce down the stems, and that's the other part about Studio One that I like the way that it handles that type of stuff is like, oh man, Studio One just it handles things differently, and it just makes my life a whole lot easier when it's time when it gets to that point. Um, that's about all I could show y'all right now. Yeah, if I try to show y'all something else, I might get in trouble. I might get in trouble. I might get in trouble. I don't want to get in trouble. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's all I can show y'all. That's all I can show y'all. All right. I mean, I hope the gist of everything right now, guys, is that you guys go and fill that survey out because Presonus wants to know what's going on. Um, I do. I rocks with my boy Touch Tone because he made a valid point earlier. He made a valid point. I do not want to neglect that point, but that is a good point. 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 And I'm not here to um I didn't become a producer just so I could sit at the roster somewhere, I didn't do that. I just I liked it. I like working in Studio One, but Q Buzz in the building from South Africa. Thanks for joining. Likes up on the video. Likes up on the video. I guess I could play the beat again. Since I played the other one twice, I'll play this one again. Why not, right? Why not? We can end it on that one. End the stream on that one. At the end of the day, doesn't matter what DAW you use. Doesn't matter what style music you use. Doesn't matter your background, your culture. We could talk politics all day about why Presonus is not doing this or that, or why they doing this or that. We can talk politics about who's better, who's not. But the point remains that you guys must stay creative. You have to remember that music in general is art. You guys are the artists. All of y'all are artists now. All of y'all. Artists in your own right. Because you're the creator. You're the creator of your own reality. Music is art. You're the artist. And don't forget to paint your picture. If you're the artist, paint your picture. Make sure you paint your picture. Paint your picture. Paint it big. You know what I'm saying? Paint your picture. Stay creative without rules. Let's play the beat on the way out. I sound like a preacher. I just took my time and they broke that down, didn't I? Like, boy, amen, amen.